Hi everyone, this is Sam Cry of the Heart, and I'm back with the second video of my little mini-series. It's using the Easy Wonder #1 die, and I guess it's like a farm theme. That's why it's a mini theme, I don't know. But what I did was I took this die and I cut 3 sheets of pattern paper using 2 different paper pads. I used Farm Life and Lattes, Cocoa, and Cookies. That gave me a lot of different pattern paper to work with. Now you could use cardstock, just depending on what your needs are. But I think 3 pattern papers is really great. It gives you a nice variety. The first video I showed you guys was part of the blog hop with Not Too Shabby Shop, alum, past and present design team members, and you can see all the different pieces that I used from that Easy Wonder die. And so the reason why there's going to be 3 videos is because it took me 3 videos to use up all the different pieces. I'm also using this Farm Builder stamp set and die from Not Too Shabby Shop. I believe that one's still available. I think this one's still available as well as the ephemera. I think everything that I'm using today is still available in the shop. If it is something you're interested in, you should make sure that you go to the shop, and I'll try to link the products in the description box if I remember to do that. I don't think that one's available. Last time I looked, the Easy Wonder die was out of stock, but I do believe she's going to continue restocking that one because I think it's going to be popular. So I think we're doing 4 cards, and you can see all the different elements that I'm using for that Easy Wonder die. And I did use 3 different pieces of pattern paper, which actually gives you 6 different images if you are using double-sided paper, because you can use the other side. So the stitching might be, a little bit, not so stitchy, but that's okay. So I am doing a mini slim card. My mini slim is, I want to say that it's 6, I think it's 7. I think I did it by 7. I don't know why I did that. I think I did 7 by 3.5 is what I did. So it's a little bit of longish mini slim. I probably should have made it 6, but I did not for some reason. So I had to piece together this pattern paper, and you're not going to be able to tell at all on the permanent card, especially with this particular pattern paper. And I believe this is from Farm Life pattern paper, paper pad. It's got these really great sort of wood grain, which is just really nice for backgrounds. And so I'm just going to snip there. So I just kind of pieced it together, no worries. You can't even tell, and you really won't be able to tell once I put my images on there. So because I cut it 3 times, I did get 3 squares. Because when you cut it 1 time, you only get 1 square. So I did cut it 3 times, and I end up with 3 squares with 3 different pattern papers. And so I've got my little images from my ephemera, and I'm actually going to switch it to this direction. Just for something a little different. And I'm sorry that the bottom is not, you can't see, but I will be moving my stuff up in a second, so you'll be able to see a little bit better. Right now, I'm actually switching between the Altenew glue runner and my Bearly Arts glue, glue. And so I'm just kind of trying to use what I have. And so yeah, use what I have. So I've got these cute little images. They are cute, cute, cute. And so I have them on foam, and I'm going to go ahead and place those, each one on a square. Now you can alter these images. So sometimes I cut the white shadow off, which I did with the little sentiment hexagon that I'm going to be doing. I did cut the little white part off. So you can, do what you need to do. If you need to cut parts of it off, you can absolutely do that. And I do cut the shadow off quite a bit. And that was his hey there. Just a really simple card. The next card that we're going to be doing is also very easy. These are all A2 size cards. And so this particular card, I used it's a square with a circle cut out, but I used both those pieces as well as one of the little flags. Now on the flag, I went ahead and I stamped my sentiment. So the flags are really, I think, really great, for that. And so I kind of did a little bit different. So I made the square piece flat, but the circle piece is going to be on foam. I believe that's what I did. Maybe I didn't on this one. No, I did on this one. This one is the opposite. So the gingham piece is flat and the square piece is on foam. So that's what I did because I am sneaking that ephemera piece sort of underneath the frame. And so kind of liked that look. That's kind of why I did that. But because I wanted to slip something underneath, I made sure that I put my foam on the very outer edge of that piece. That way I had room underneath to kind of tuck my ephemera piece. And I've got a lot of little bits of foam liner to peel off. So once that's there, I'm going to go ahead and place that one down. And then the gingham piece, I'm going to go ahead and you can see I'm going to point out sort of the different pieces that I used for this one. And this is just really, I think, a really fun die. And I didn't think it was too expensive either. And I don't know that you necessarily need the new die that's coming out that works with this one. I think if you, I just kind of saw a prototype. If you get that die, I think it will really, really maximize the use of it. But just this die alone can give you so much fun little things to do, especially with lots of 6x6 paper pads and you don't know, like, oh my God, I'm being overrun by 6x6 paper pads. This is fun. And it's also a great way to, get some inspiration for layouts. So I'm using this grass piece and all I did was put foam on the outer edges and kind of nothing. I mean, I could put glue on that middle, but I didn't because it'll stick pretty well. Just for a little extra something. And then I have some enamel dots there, and what I did was I just put the foam on that one side. And I think I'm going to end up putting some glue on that flag as well. So I stamped the Howdy, which comes from that Farm Builder stamp set. And that is a fun one. I really, really like the little sign that's in it. So you'll see the sign in my next video. So I'm going to go ahead and place that one there. And I realized, that I wanted to put a little glue. So I did put a little glue there. And my second card is done. Now the third card is a pretty easy one. I went ahead and I stamped that Farm Life. So Farm Life also comes from that Farm Builder stamp set. And this one, I think I just used a couple of the little flags and I used that long piece. And that long piece is 4 inches across. So it's not 4 1/4, it's 4 inches, which is totally fine. But just keep that in mind. So the piece I'm using across is 4 1/4, and then that piece is going to layer on top. And then I have my little hexagon little pieces. So this is a really good way, as also the slimline can help with that too, but definitely if you have little pieces, I think that this is going to be a good way to use them up like I did here. So I have my 3 little hexagon little images, and they're going to be centered in the middle. And I think it's very cute. So if you find yourself with little images, you know, this is a good way of using them up. Another good way of using them up is putting them on the inside of your card. I do that quite a bit when I'm like left with like random little pieces and I'm like, what the heck do I do with these? They are really great for decorating inside of your card. So I've got them on foam. And then I have a couple of little flag pieces. And what I did was, I believe I cut one of the flags down a little bit. I think I made it a little bit shorter. So that's something else that you can do, is you can alter these pieces to suit, you know, whatever size you need. So like you could take that circle and you could cut it in half and it can be a hill. So I think there's a lot that you could do altering them as well. So, but I think I just made this one, I want to say I made it a little bit shorter. And it's crooked. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure I fixed it. Hopefully, I'm just like, ah. And so, see that there. And I went ahead and fixed it. So I was like, oh no. So that is my 3rd card. And then I'm going to work on my last card. And so this is the card where I did the opposite. So I am making the square part flat and the circle part's going to be raised. So it just gives it a little bit of a different look. But you can see all the different pieces that I'm going to be using from that Easy Wonder die. And again, I only cut the Easy Wonder die 3 times using 3 different papers. And those papers I'm using within my each card. So those pieces I'm kind of using within the cards. And that's why I think, you know, once is great, but then you're just kind of left with 1, maybe 2 different types of pattern paper, depending on, you know, if you're using double-sided paper, you might have 2. And I feel like then it's just too much of the same paper. So I think 3 is nice. 3 is nice. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that sort of longish piece that we talked about before, being 4 inches across. So you'll have a little bit on the outside there. And then I've got the cut. I have to go back and watch the video. If you're a member of the Not Too Shabby shop on YouTube, Jamie gives little sneak peeks and things like that. So I think it's $6 a month. And she gives little freebies. So if you haven't joined and you like Not Too Shabby shop, you definitely should think about joining. Make sure you check the description box. I will have links to the products I used. If you do buy anything, I think my affiliate links are in there. Then I get a little commission. So not necessary at all. I do this for fun. I have a day job, but that's why sometimes I'll go a little while without making a video because life gets in the way. So I did cut around that flower and cut that white shadow off. And then I've got my cutie pie little cow. So I've got this flag, and I was like, should I put it here? But I felt like it kind of clashed because I have that, I don't know, that piece down below. So, I mean, you definitely could, but then I think it's just not, I didn't really care for it. But I also think that these little pieces are really great for a simple decoration inside the card, which is what I'm going to do here. You just put a simple little flag inside. You could put a little strip of pattern paper scrap any of those sorts of things. Just a little something extra for inside the card. But I'm putting this one inside the card. And now I have my 4 cards. And I have one more video using the same paper, what's left of my Easy Wonder die. So you'll see what I'm using up. So thank you very much for watching. This is Sandy Crank the Heart.